What's up, everybody? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm back, and I'm bringing you audio commentary today with the UMP-45 on Dome. And I was playing with my buddy Tyler and Hastro last night, and I ended up getting this gameplay, which is it's by no means a B score, but I was pretty happy with it, and I move around a good bit in it, so I figured you guys wouldn't mind seeing. I'm actually trying the Stalker out on the UMP-45, and I don't really know why I was using the UMP-45 over something like the PP-90 or like the MP7, because both of those weapons are superior. I think I didn't have them. Like, I don't even have Sleight of Hand Pro yet here, so I guess I just prestiged. Let's go ahead and talk about some adventures in car buying. As most people know, I talked about a video about a month ago. We're probably going to look into getting another car. Because, you know, tax season's in, girlfriend gets a pretty good set of taxes back, and then we also sell her car, whatever, and we'll just use the money and get like a $15,000-$16,000 car that be comfortable for us to travel open the road, because she owns a Stratus SE of 2003, and two fat people in a Stratus SE just doesn't work. I mean, we can both ride in it comfortably, but we're pretty much shoulder to shoulder, and it's really low to the ground. And we've recently been having to sink a lot of money into it anyway. I mean, over the last year, I sunk $3,000 into it, and it just still needs more work. And it's get to the point where it's probably better just to go get a newer car. I mean, sometimes I know personally anything can be fixed, but I don't enjoy the Stratus enough to want to fix it. To be perfectly honest. But let's go and talk about some car buying. I live in the Myrtle Beach area of South Carolina, and one of the big car dealerships around here, or supposedly big car dealerships around here, is what you call Judd Kuhn Chevrolet. So we were on Craigslist the other night, and we seen a 2006 Tahoe with 115,000 miles on it, and they said they were selling it cheap before auction, first come first serve. So the very next day we go, and we're gonna see what kind of price they're willing to give on this, because it was like a nice loaded 2006 Tahoe, and well, they had sold it by the time we got there. And let me tell you something about marketing. That stuff is a bitch. From all the times I've heard about Judd Kuhn on the radio, seen the TV commercials and everything, this looked nothing like the TV commercial. This was a muddy backwater lot that maybe had a half acre of new vehicles on it. And they had like all their used cars in this like segregated lot. So they go, we sold the black Tahoe already. We do have a Suburban we just got in. So I'm like, yeah, Suburban's a big vehicle. It's probably bigger than what we need. Let's go look at it. So we go look at the Suburban. It's a 2007 Chevrolet Suburban with I think about 105,000 miles on it. So the salesman goes to open the back door on the driver's side. The first thing that happens is the handle comes off in the man's hand. I was like, whoa, you gonna fix that, right? He's like, yeah, we'll get this. Oh, look at this bitch, still my Juggernaut. Notice all the Juggernaut fails I have on this game, by the way. So the handle comes off in my man's hand, and I was able to look past that. I'm like, thinking in my head, yeah, that's gonna get fixed. He's gonna have to fix that. So I open the driver's side door, and I look inside. I sit down. It has some nice leather seats in it, very comfortable leather seats. It's kind of dirty, but like he said, it hadn't been cleaned yet. So I kind of expected that, because I kind of like seeing cars that haven't been cleaned yet, so I can get an idea of what the previous owner was like. Because from my experience, people take cars and run them through the ringer. You ever heard the saying, drive them like they stole them? A lot of people do that shit. They'll get a $50,000 or $60,000 truck, drive it like it's a piece of dog shit, and then never get the oil changed on it. Oh man, I don't think people understand that vehicles is a commitment, and you have to upkeep them. Would you allow your teeth to rot out your head? Why would you allow your car to rot out your head? I mean, you can get replacement teeth just so you can get replacement cars, but when you have it run just as good as it, a car can have 200,000 miles on it, and it can run just as good as the day you pulled it off the lot if you're willing to take care of it. I'm dead serious. I mean, cars are pretty much timeless. I mean, you can find a body style you like, you find an engine that's good and strong, and as long as you keep it up, especially nowadays, it's going to last you. It's going to last you a while. There's other sources and things that can happen, but for the most part, they're going to last you. So I look in. So I'm looking around the Suburban, and the next thing I do is I open the center console just to see how big it is, because center console is something that's important to me. Why? Because usually I carry pistols in the truck and whatnot. And open the center console, and there's vomit in it. I mean, pure tea, somebody blew a load of damn vomit right in the center console, and there's like candy bars and shit left in there, and I'm like, who the hell was driving this truck? No wonder they traded this in on a Honda van. Needless to say, I wasn't very interested in the truck, but just out of curiosity's sake, I go, well, what's the price on this truck? So he comes back and gives me a $24,900 price. I was like, oh no. Not to mention they have fucking dry rotted tires on that truck. They had the tires on that truck. They was like those aftermarket Chevrolet tires with the Chevrolet symbol in them. And the tires on them, they had like 40% of the tread left, so I knew they would have sold those tires to me. But the tires had toe wear on them. They had low inflation wear on them. They were dry rotting in between the treads. I mean, the tires had to be almost as old as the vehicle itself. Whoever bought that truck did not take care of it. So I ended up passing on that one. But I just wanted to tell you the story about that one, because that was probably the worst salesman I've ever walked into. His name is Larry Keever. He didn't know shit about any of the truck. He didn't even know what size engine was in a Suburban. You work at a Chevrolet dealership, and you don't know what engine your Suburban is carrying? That's called not doing your job. If I own a car dealership, I'd expect every salesman to know what every engine was in every car package on the lot. I was by color. Like, say I had 3 Silverados lined up, I'd expect them to be able to tell me which one had the 4.8 in it, just from freaking memory. Because that's somebody that wants to do their job well. If a customer has a question about a truck, like what's good about drum brakes versus rotors, you should be able to answer the pros and cons of drum brakes versus rotors. You shouldn't send them to an information console. I mean, if a guy wants to know what horsepower a certain year has, you should know what horsepower a certain year has. You're like, well, this Silverado has 315 horsepower compared to the 285 the previous generation had. I think it's 325, to be perfectly honest. But, you should be able to do that. And if you can't even give me the price of the vehicle, we even looked at the newer vehicles. They couldn't even give me the price there. I had to go look up everything. So it was like, whew. And Judge Coon Chevrolet, they're a pile of horse shit. I mean, you can find their website, but they're a pile of horse shit. Judge Coon Chevrolet, Yukon artist pimps. You can go and get Colt Ford or whoever, and your advertisements. You can have your selective camera angles, but you ain't got nothing in your little dealership lot. I'm gonna let you know this. But so we're gonna probably go again next week and keep looking. We're kind of looking for like a big SUV, because the reason we're looking for a big SUV is I can't drive much else. Like, we looked at a GMC Arcadia. She loved the thing to death. I couldn't drive it. I mean, it's just I got a big stomach, and there's few vehicles I can drive. I'm surprised I can drive more cars than I can mid-size like SUVs. I guess the mid-size SUVs are just built different. Like, we got in a Ford Edge, I couldn't drive that. We got into an Equinox, I couldn't drive that. The GMC Arcadia, couldn't drive that. I mean, pretty much the only thing I can drive is a full size. So that's why I pretty much have to eat the gas. Like, you're going to get gas, get good gas mileage. When you're big, you can't get good gas mileage. You got to get something that you can drive and you can drive comfortably. But it's been your boy, Wings of Redemption. Hope you guys have a wonderful evening. If you can, please leave a rating on this video for me. I much appreciate it. And if you have any video ideas, let me know. I'm willing to do anything once.